Hey everybody, welcome back to the Comic Wall. It's your girl, the Outcast Angel. I'm back. It's been really crazy, just closing up the semester and just trying to make time to get back in front of the wall. Cause I've been trying to get on top of everything. I know I'm ridiculously behind, but I'm back. I got a new haircut, and I'm just ready to take this channel to a different place where I'm caught up and where, it's a little more interesting because, we hit 200 subscribers, guys, and, well, I know that's compared to everybody else, it's still a lot for me because I'm still doing this, and you all seem to like it, pretty well, and I want to thank you all for that. And so with that being said, I'm back. So in this episode, let's talk about issue 9 of Oblivion Song. And we're on issue 10, okay? Yes, I know, but leading up to there, issue 9 was just such a crazy issue, especially in any sense, because where we left off with Nathan and Ed getting ready to go into Oblivion in order to get inside the building where Nathan's device is being held by, the government, who wants to turn his device into a weapon, which, as we all know, any huge piece of technology that the government wants to turn into a weapon is never a good idea. So, yeah. And so, Ed is trying to convince Nathan that once this is done, when they get back to Oblivion, he wants Nathan to leave him there. And Nathan can't do that. He spent a good amount of time, the best part of 10 years, trying to find Ed, trying to bring him back. But as we saw, Ed is content with his life over there, and all he wants is to go back. And so, and with that being said, Nathan is just, he's torn between having to leave his brother there versus, bringing him back and having him back home where he's safe. And at one point, Ed starts saying, everyone in my camp, they trust each other as equals. There's no infighting, there's no hierarchy, no powerful taking advantage of the needy. All those problems are gone. We live for each other and work to keep each other safe, and we're happy because our lives are focused on what really matters, not all the bullshit people focus on here. And Nathan says something really interesting. He says, Jesus, Ed, listen to yourself. You sound like a fanatic. And that's even where he says, Ed had said something earlier saying, you shouldn't be talking me into coming back. I should be talking you into bringing everyone over. That's crazy. That's just ridiculous because, sure, they're living a life where, I guess things do matter more, they don't have to worry about taxes, they don't have to worry about detrimental things of life. They worry about survival, of actually living, like we see in The Walking Dead. But it's obviously not safe. They've had 10 years to get used to this stuff. They've had 10 years to get used to it, And while they're bickering amongst themselves, these soldiers burst into the room, into Nathan's lab, the one that's in the dead zone. And before they can do anything, Nathan says, I'm not stupid. There's no way you guys are clear to shoot me. And they end up back in Oblivion. And that's when Ed is saying, that's when Ed says, I'm going home. I know my way from here. He almost leaves Nathan before Nathan kind of talks him back into the fight. Promising that he will leave Ed in Oblivion once this is all over. And so they end up switching back over, and this is where Nathan explains something very interesting. He says, Ed asks what keeps us from materializing in the middle of these rock formations. Is that something I should worry about? And Nathan says something, that I've been wondering about too. He says, not at all. The current that pulls us through requires a certain area of empty space. If it can't find it immediately, it can shift until it does. No worries. There's, there's no worry about shifting into a wall or something. Anyway, they finally make it in front of this building where Nathan's device is being held, and they press their belts, they transfer back to Oblivion, and then they get attacked by this weird scorpion thing. This thing is incredible just to look at. I mean, it looks pretty gross, to be honest, but Lorenzo de Felici has an amazing job of designing these creatures. I mean, all the creatures we've seen in Oblivion so far, it's just crazy seeing what else he can work up, along with Annalisa, Leoni, and with the colors and everything, because, I mean, these guys are top-notch, guys. Anyway, this creature ends up grabbing Nathan, and Nathan really doesn't want to hurt it. He doesn't want to attack it, while Ed is, like, urging him, stab it in the eye, it'll let you go. But Nathan doesn't want to, because he's like, I'm in their home. Like, it just doesn't make it. It's not fair to them, But finally he ends up stabbing the creature and being let go. And that's when Ed says, you have to be prepared to make sacrifices, Nathan. If you're serious about this, we have to make sacrifices. Anyway, they end up transferring into the parking garage of the building, and that's where we meet up with Heather, who has been waiting for them. Something weird happens with Ed, though. He gets sick all of a sudden, saying, I feel like I've been hit by a car. And that's when Nathan says, your body isn't used to shifting this frequently, it'll pass. And that's crazy. I mean, we've never seen that happen too much with other people that Nathan has brought back, or with Nathan himself, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that would have been a detail that would be interesting to the story, Anyway, Heather, Nathan, and Ed sneak their way through the building up to the point where they end up at a room where Nathan's device is supposed to be, and Heather can't get through because her access has been restricted. Nathan has this great idea where he starts running toward the doors of this lab, presses his button, transfers into Oblivion, as we see in this spread, and transfers back into Earth, where he's now on the other side of this barrier. And it was the greatest thing I've ever seen. I was so happy when I saw them bring that in. And so while Nathan opens the door for Heather and Ed, they get stopped by these security guards. But before they can really stop them, Nathan makes sure what floor they're on and shoots the guards, sending them into Oblivion. Whoa. Like, god damn, that was... Oof. Like, me and my boyfriend were reading this, and we were just like, what the fuck? Anyway, they're on the second floor, so it wasn't that high. And so they managed to grab the device, being stopped by another scientist, who's like, we're not supposed to be here. And Ed like kind of grabs him by the collar, is like, ever want to spend some time in Oblivion? And the doctor's like, go ahead, I didn't see anything. It was just, these guys are brutal. Anyway, as they take the device back to the parking garage, Nathan jumps back to Oblivion to check on the guards. One of them probably broke his leg. But they're pissed, understandably, you know? Anyway, he says, he kind of fills in the guards on, like, what's going on, saying, like, my device was going to be weaponized so that I could do this to people on a larger scale. That's why I'm here. That's why I had to do this to you. The two of you should now be uniquely aware of how important what I'm doing is. And so he sends them back to Earth, and then he buzzes back to Oblivion. To Earth. And so he meets up with Heather and Ed, but Heather isn't going to go with them, which is bad because she's seriously involved now, you know? Like, she didn't just let Nathan go. She's involved heavily in this now. And so, Nathan's saying, please, you need to come with us. I don't know what happens after this, Heather. I don't know where I go, what I do. I don't know when I'm going to see you again. Please, I love you. And, you know, we had a moment here. We had a moment, Kirkman, and he took it away from us with Heather saying, I still can't go with you. We don't have time for a special moment, Nathan. There's too much at stake. Like, I was gunning for this. Anyway, Nathan and Ed end up driving out of here, of this building, and it's raining and everything. It looks pretty, like, somber and everything. And Ed is asking some curious questions about Nathan's device, saying, how dangerous is this thing? Did you complete it? Does it work right now? And he's like, Nathan is like, I repaired it and rebuilt it. I was going to reverse the transference, but as time went on, I realized that would probably make things worse. But yeah, it should work. I even added batteries to it so it could work without being connected to a dedicated power source. After we get out of the city, I'll figure out what we're going to do with it. And that's when Ed is saying, look at all these people stuck in these lives, unable to see this prison around them. And that's when we hear a button being pressed. And the issue ends with Ed activating the device in the back of this pickup truck. And Nathan is like, Ed, no. God damn it, not again. What happened? What in the world? I didn't think Ed would be this unwound to be able to do something like this. Like, really? Kirkman, what are you doing? That was one of the most intense, I guess, just intense moments to see in this issue, in this series in general. And I was just so taken aback by it. Anyway, that's the end of this issue and this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, drop a like, show the love, hit that subscribe button to get more of my videos, ring the bell to get notifications on when I post new videos, so that way you guys stay updated and don't miss out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.